Hi, Breton. How are you?
Hi, Zach. I'm good. I haven't seen you since I sweated all over you 5 minutes ago doing the time warp. How are you?
How's the time warp treating you?
Oh, it's madness. It does take its toll.
It does, yeah.
Yeah.
That's great. Okay, Breton, can I ask you a question first?
You totally can.
Okay, so this is not your first Neptune show. How did you get here to playing Riff Raff?
How did I get? This thing's supposed to be 5 minutes?
Yeah, just quick.
When I was a young lad growing up on the farm, I got cast in Pleasureville, Ella Denny's show in I think it was 2018 or 19. I did that show. I got here and I was like, whoa, I need to live here. I moved here. Then a pandemic happened and no theater happened. But I booked Rocky. And so I was like, yeah, looking forward to that. And then I did a show with Jeremy in the fall. And now I'm doing Rocky. That's my quick and dirty. Love Halifax. Happy to be here. Can I throw a question your way, Zach Faye?
Yes.
All right. Is Brad a bit of a jerk, or is he a product of his time and place?
I think he is a product of his time and place. I think that his track, he's often referred to in the callouts as an asshole, and in like putting the character together, I've been a little bit like, I don't get it. Why? He's not an asshole. He's just caught up in a very unexpected journey that leads him to a place that he really didn't think he was going to go. So I think he's a product of the time, like caught in a time warp.
Whoa. Well executed.
Okay. What has rehearsing Rocky Horror been like for you? We're at the beginning of week 4. We're about to go into tech. How has the first 3 weeks been?
It's been a hot minute since I've done a musical.
Same.
We did, right? We've commiserated about that a little bit. It's hard. I'm transitioning. Not sure if you knew. So it's vocally really challenging because I'm at a point in my transition where every day is a roll the dice to what sounds are going to come out of my mouth. It's like the equivalent of being a 14 or 15-year-old boy. So it's like, there's chunks missing all the time. My voice is cracking. It's roulette.
You sound great.
Okay.
I just fell forward as I said that, but you sound really, really good.
Thank you. Really it's hard. It's really hard. It's really fun. I feel very lucky that Neptune didn't fire me because I booked this role pre-starting Hormones. So that's huge, I think, just as a thing to do in Canadian theater as a standard to set. It's really sweaty. It's really dirty and exciting. Yeah, that's how I'm feeling. I feel weird not being like, how about you? So that's not one of the questions they gave me to ask you, but how about you? How are you feeling at this point of rehearsal?
I'm feeling good. I feel like it took me a little while to warm into it, partly because it's been a pandemic, partly because I missed the first week of rehearsal because I had COVID. So like getting into the show, it was like, especially after the 2 years of postponing the production, and then for the first week not being able to jump into it, it was like, oh my God, I just want to get in there and start working. So I feel at a good place right now with it at the end of the 3rd week, and I'm really excited to get into the theater and put it together.
It looks so cool in there.
It looks so good.
So this kind of relates to what you were just saying. You were in Calendar Girls, which was the last show that Neptune had on stage just as the pandemic hit. How did that cast handle the closure?
I think we were all pretty sad because it was starting to pick up steam. We were hearing, people were enjoying the show. It was clear people were enjoying the show. The audiences were growing. And it was, it was a big show with a lot of like fast pace action in that, especially the end of Act 1, when all the clothes comes off and the pictures are being taken. So everyone, I think, was really sad. It was a tough moment because we didn't know too, like we didn't really know if we were coming back. We didn't know if we were going to put the show back together at some point. So it was kind of just like, we're stopping and we'll see. So everyone was kind of left feeling a little sad, but it was a great show. And I'm so glad that we did it and that we had the performances that we did, because what a good group of people.
Mm. Oh, I wish I could have seen it.
Yeah. Okay. Riff Raff is an iconic character. How do you go about making Riff Raff different from, the Richard O'Brien, the movie?
Okay. All right, questions. I just don't think it's about making him different. I think it's about reading this, like, it's harder always when you have a character that is quote unquote so iconic, TM. But I think it's about, like, I'm approaching it like any other part, reading the script, being like, who is this weird little dude? And figuring that out in the room. And it's obviously when you have a show like Rocky, you need to hit certain things. But like, there are certain bits that you got to execute and certain things people expect from a character. But beyond that, I think he's just another guy that I got to figure out. And I'm loving doing that. And I feel lucky that we're working with a team that is not strictly going by the precedent of what these roles are. Because, no offense to anyone who disagrees, but personally, I feel like, what's the point of just retelling the same story the same way over and over again? It's an ongoing conversation. And that's why I perform, right? Is to get to keep having that conversation and keep asking those questions. So yeah, I'm approaching him the same way I'd approach anyone, which is one day at a time. Yeah. All right, I got one for you.
Okay.
What do you think Neptune audiences will get out of this show, aside from being sweat upon profusely?
Sweat. I think they're gonna have. It's a rock and roll musical. They're gonna have a blast of a time. They're getting into. I mean, a lot of people who are coming to see Rocky know what they're getting into, and are also, like you said, I think going to be pleasantly excited by some of the way that we're approaching the show. I think we have a great show. Yeah. I think it's gonna be really, really fun. Really fun.
We have a very fun show. Yeah.
Super fun.
Come play.
I'm gonna crack through, like, let's just crack through the last couple of questions rapid fire.
Rapid fire, yeah.
What's your favorite number in the show?
Time Warp.
Yeah.
It is. Okay. What's your long association with Neptune?
My long association, I was like a theater school brat when I was in grade 12. I didn't grow up in Halifax, so as soon as I moved to Halifax in grade 12, I was like in the theater school. I did Les Mis with the theater school. I did their, like, pre-professional adult conservatory program when that was a thing, and so I've kind of always sort of hung around here when I could. So it's really, really exciting to be doing the show.
I didn't know that. That's very beautiful. Give me another one.
Oh yeah, pizza or donair?
Pizza. What's your favorite? Yeah, you too?
Yeah.
Beautiful. What's your favorite line of your own in the show?
His lust is so sincere.
Yeah. All right.
Of my own? Oh, that's not my line. I don't say that.
I was going to say, are you singing that in the background? You're just grabbing the mic and taking that moment?
No, I think my favorite line of my own is, in this moment, it is, and everyone knows Betty's a wonderful little cook.
Okay. 180 from the last line, but sure. Or maybe not. Give me one.
Okay. You travel. This is not a rapid fire question. What's a typical? Wait, no. Did I already ask you what a typical rehearsal day was?
No.
Okay.
For me or for people?
For you.
Well, for me, it's getting
more typical rehearsal day.
Yeah. Okay. I get up early. I usually go to the gym before. I get here around 8 or 9, and often run into Zach, who is also here. And it's mostly is this why they put us together? Because we're psychotic.
Yeah.
quietly psychotic. I go over my stuff because I need to before we start the day. Then we do the day. We usually we might be running through scenes. We might be singing some songs. Today we sang through the musical with the band. That was very exciting. Then we go over dance. Then the day ends, and I usually stay here for another hour or so to re-go over everything we've learned. Then I go home, have a real hot bath. Usually at some point consume potatoes as well as other foods, but potatoes are key during rehearsals for me personally. And then I'm out sleeping, not partying on the town. Whew. Oh, I got one more question for you.
Okay, I was gonna say, let's do it. One more.
Cake or pie?
Oh, cake.
You bake. Yeah,
I'm a baker, and I love to make a cake. I'll make you a cake. When's your birthday?
May 17th.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna make you a cake.
But I'm celiac.
That's okay. I can do that.
Wow. Well, you heard it here, everyone. So now Zach has to make me a cake. Thank you for watching.
Yeah, thanks. Come see the show. It's gonna be so fun.
Seriously, if you don't come, you're not coming. You're not coming. And you're not smart to not come. Okay, end this.